Rise out of nowhere. This is a Mercedes Supra. That is totally wrong. I'm gonna rise out of nowhere to introduce you to the 2021 Toyota Supra. In this video, we're going over all the wonderful wacky widgets, the gadgets and gizmos in the new Supra. The Supra has a number of fake vents, including right here and down here, but fear not, because the Toyota engineers have said that you can make these functional in the aftermarket if you want to add additional coolers or just want some additional airflow. Although I am a little skeptical about this one in the door, which leads to nothing. I mean, what would you put here? I don't know. The Supra is a hatchback. Pitch that to your wife as an alternative to the practical Toyota CHR. But in reality, it does have a really big trunk, although it's got some funky things back here. In the way back of the car is this little cover. Pop that open and it reveals nothing, absolutely nothing at all. And this is pretty funny because there is a strap. Something clearly goes here. That something is the warning triangle, which doesn't come on the US equipped cars apparently. Now when we lift up the trunk floor, we find the battery. And this is where things get controversial because dun dun dun, BMW, yes! That is the elephant in the room. The Supra was co-developed with BMW, but that's not such a bad thing. Underneath the Toyota branded engine cover is a BMW designed 3-liter straight 6. It makes 382 horsepower, and yes, it does have BMW logos and emblems on it, but once again, if you're gonna have someone design your engine, especially a straight 6, BMW are not bad people to do it. I do love this Toyota superscript here on the fender, and this is a very clever place to hide the windshield washer reservoir out here by the side of the car, so that when you inevitably spill it everywhere, you don't spill it on some precious electronics. It is worth noting the Supra is a little bit tricky to get in and out of. The roof is low and the sill is extremely wide. So if you're young and limber like me, well, you can figure it out pretty easily. But young and limber people like myself don't have $57,000 to spend on a new Supra. If you are of age where you do have $57,000 to spend on a new Supra, here's gonna be the reenactment of getting out of the car. Oh, where's my Glenn Miller? Oh, there it is. If you are a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, and I assume you are because you're watching a video about a bright yellow Supra on the YouTubes, then you might recognize the spoiler because it is reminiscent of the 4th generation Supra, which also had this iconic deck-mounted spoiler. You either love it or you really don't understand it. I think it's pretty cool. The Supra has a really cool instrument cluster. Check this out. It's a mixture of digital and analog. Right, apart from the BMW dings, it's uniquely Toyota. I do love the way they've incorporated some analog numbers on the tack, but a digital needle. It just, I don't know, I think it looks awesome. It is worth noting if you're a little taller, it can be a little tricky to see out the side of the Supra because the windows are pretty squatty, especially in the back, and how are the haters gonna see you rolling like this? You're gonna have to slouch down. One of the coolest styling attributes on the Supra is the double bubble in the roof. Makes it feel like you're driving the Batmobile. The infotainment screen is pretty similar to BMW's iDrive. Luckily, it is touchscreen and it does have wireless Apple CarPlay. Check this out. Let's see what videographer Case is listening to. Sex on Toast. What in the name of all that is holy is Sex on Toast? We're gonna get demonetized for that there, Case. Now, if you don't feel like using your touchscreen and you want to use a harder, worse way to navigate between screens, there is the BMW iDrive controller down here. You can twist it, you can move it around, you can push it, you can poke it, you can squeeze it. It's not as good as just touching the screen, but it's there as a backup. These buttons for your presets look pretty standard, right? You can push them to select the next tune or, go to a preset on the navigation, but did you know you can simply swipe your finger over them and the info screen will tell you what is programmed to each and every button. How cool is that? So you can decide whether or not you want to listen to number 4, the highway. The Supra has a really cool set of brake lights and turn signals, but my favorite feature is the reverse light, which is down low and right in the middle, like on an F1 car. Well, they don't have backup lights, but if they did, that's where they would be. The Supra has a wireless charging tray down here in front of the shifter. Let's see if it fits the larger iPhones. Ah, it does, and it's got a little cover on it so it doesn't come flying out when you're driving aggressively. Are you done dinging? You're done dinging. Now the shifter in the Supra is pretty easy to use. You've got park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then manual modes. But the coolest part is if you try to get out and turn the car off while you're still, for example, like in manual mode, it will poke the shifter back into park so you don't go rolling away. This is the fuel filler in the Supra. Ooh, did you see how that popped open? This is the fuel filler in the Supra, and I love this handy little feature. See this little pointy part on the fuel cap? Oh, it's got a hole so it's not dangling on your paint when you're filling up. There's no storage under the center armrest in the Supra because there's no center armrest, just places to put your cups. But behind that is this random square cubby, which is a nice place to hold various items. And the cool part is you can reach into the back of the Supra at any time because there are no rear seats. The light controls are a little funky in the Toyota. You've got auto, on, off, and then you've got parking lights. But my favorites are you can actually turn on just the left side parking lights or just the right side parking lights, depending on which side of the street you're parked on. That's a very German thing to do, something you don't typically see in Japanese cars. So there you have it, the cool gadgets and gizmos in the 2021 Toyota Supra. This one, as you see it equipped, $57,000. Let me know in the comment section below, do you think it's worth it? I do, especially in yellow. This is just, the best looking car in yellow. As always, this is Tommy. Check out TFLcar.com and TFLnow for more of these gadgets and gizmos reviews. Let me know if you like them. Let me know if you think they're obnoxious. And as always, thanks so much for watching.